Okay, the microphone has been off the entire time. So that's sort of stupid. Oops. Yeah, sandbox. And isn't there like an empty map? Just take the... what would be a good map? Tribal? Pretty even, so I think we're gonna go through each of these tabs, finding the winner with a certain budget for each one, and then have them compete against each other. So it'd be sort of like a knockout tournament. I don't know what a good budget would be. I don't know what's the most expensive unit in the game, because we want to be able to have every unit. 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. What? Okay, I don't have these units unlocked, so we'll just ignore them. Yeah, I think 3,000 is... oh, 4,000. Yeah, we'll go for 4,000 for each. So then I think we just start off right from the end, and 4,000 and 4,000. I don't know. I think the clubbers will get this, because I don't know. I think there might be some traded off value with the shields, because they're sort of meant for arrows. So if they don't win, it sort of defeats the point of clubbers. Yeah, I think they don't really stand a chance. Yeah, it's just one guy left. Poor guy. Great. So we had lovers, and then we'll have these two against each other, these two against each other, and we'll just let the mammoth through on first try. So 4,000 and 4,000. I think the spears will win, just because I think they're better at being more accurate, but I don't know. It seems like they both one-shot each other, and I think they're more spearmen, so sort of makes sense. Yeah. Great. We have so far these spearmen and clubbers through. Let's have the bow mage, not as many as these, and 10 chieftains. I think the bone mages will win. I think the AoE effect will have like a big impact. Yeah, wasn't even close. Yeah, and then we'll say they are through to the next round. We'll let the mammoth through. Just because there aren't like an even number. So we'll have the clubbers against the spear throwers. Ooh. Yes. Yeah, it seems like there just isn't enough rapid fire to really make a difference before they end up in this clump of men and clubs. What the hell is happening? Where is the guy? It's just this one guy. What are they doing? What the hell? It seems like they're hitting each other instead of the blue one. It's just like, there we go. Great. So we have the clubbers through, and then we'll have the bone mage against the mammoth, and I'll just put 2 because it's closer to 4,000, and then of course we'll have a little more of that. I think this was sort of interesting, I don't know, because the bone mage is like an AoE unit, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I thought they would one-shot them when there were so many, but I guess not. Great, then we have yeah, I guess it's just clubbers, and we want 4,400, and then against 2 mammoths we'll just put 1 more. I think the mammoths will win this one. Sort of cheating because they went through the first round for free, but yeah, I don't know. Obviously this isn't like a perfect format anywhere. I'll just write down mammoths just so we can remember. Okay, then we're on to the farmers. We'll get a lot of these guys. I know. I think this one, the farmers will win just because yeah, these units don't really. I just don't think there's enough quality to solve. Even though they have like a big numbers advantage, I don't think it will be possible. Yeah, seems to be true. Actually, it doesn't even seem to be close at all. Oh. What? Right in the armpit. Great. And then we'll have balers, potion sellers. I think obviously with a lot of these long range ones it's more about if the melee units are able to reach them, but I think we'll just try to have like a pretty normal distance for each round, so we don't give any specific ranged or melee units an advantage. So with the potion sellers and the farmers through so far. Wow, I really thought this one would be close, but I guess not. Easy and pretty easy win for the harvesters. Oh, yeah. Once again, we'll just let the scarecrows through. So we have the farmers against the potion sellers. Once again, I think the AoE sort of effect on this one will mean that the potions winners will really end up taking a win. I don't know. They seem to get like they are actually getting engaged. So I mean, no, I guess I was wrong. Potion sellers are getting sort of smacked. Yeah, doesn't look too comfortable. So the farmers move on. Yeah, and then it was the harvesters against the scarecrows. I think that the harvesters have too much health. Yeah, getting one shot too. So harvesters against farmers for the farmer tab. I don't know, seems pretty brutal. I thought that the farmers would win this one easy, but no, sorry, not the harvesters. Not the farmers. The harvesters would win this one easy. And to be fair, they did. I don't even think. Did one harvester drop one here and yeah, so two. There was just a moment where it looked sort of like anyone could win it. Yeah, so we'll have the harvesters through on this one. Just write it down once again. Great. So onto the medieval tab. Yeah, obviously things like healers and bards won't have much of a chance, but I don't know. We'll put them in just for completeness sake. Yeah, won't be much of a fight, but I guess, I don't know, if they're lucky they'll all run off the edge. But yeah, I don't think so. Actually, sort of fun to see like them avoiding the squires. Yeah, but I think when you do this, you aren't able to win. Oh, poor guy. Oh no, they're backed up in a corner. Guys just want to play on the guitar. No can do. Uh-oh. If I were you, I would run. Yeah, none of the edge. Yeah. This is taking like surprisingly long. I mean, it makes sense because they just run away, but it's sort of frustrating. Yeah. You've taken long enough. Yeah. What is this cinematic pose? Anyone getting the Switch 2 tomorrow? Yeah, I'm pretty sure of getting one, but I live in Denmark, and tomorrow when the Switch 2 is launched and you can buy it, right? We have like a day of the Constitution. So like every shop is closed and it'll be completely impossible to get. I mean, I could just drive like an hour or something to Sweden, but yeah, obviously the stores aren't closed there, but it'll cost like $100 more in Sweden, and I have to go over like paved roads. And, yeah, it's just a lot of money to throw away for just one day of the Switch. I mean, I haven't even had like a Switch before, so I guess it won't be too bad. Can this fella die already? Like, what the hell? He can't just keep outpacing them all. Yeah. Yeah, I won't comment on the arm placement. Let's just go on. That took like, I don't know, 5 minutes. But at least the healers won't run away too. 4,000? 4,000? There we go. Yeah, it depends, of course. I was gonna say if they just heal each other, but ain't really a viable strategy if you just are hit like a storm of arrows like this. I don't know why this beam coming out of him. How was he healing someone way over there? I didn't think that was possible. Yeah, so knights. Whoa, way too expensive. And catapults. I don't know. I think the catapults are sort of interesting because they are able to do like a lot of damage, and they have AoE effect. But I mean, as soon as they close in, there's sort of no chance. And I think this might actually have been one of the worst matchups it could have had, because it survives like the initial burst of damage, and still there's like multiple of them, so they might compare to like a king or something, where at least some of the catapults will be free, like without a king attacking them, because there are like more units. Multiple catapults will get like someone close to kill them, compared to a king where there sort of be a delay while they travel between. Yeah, and then once again we'll just let the king go straight through. So we'll have the squires against the archers. I don't know, I think this one, I mean there aren't any shields, so depending on whether, yeah, I think the archers will win this one. I don't know, depending on if they can one shot or two shot or how it works out. Yeah, I guess I am wrong. Because yeah, once again it's just one of those, when they make contact. Oh, maybe no. Maybe it's actually fine. I mean, they are grinding their way through, but I guess yeah, this sort of bad because they're in their way. Yeah. Like, then the knights against kings. I think we'll just make this one like that. Yes, I think the king will win because I think there's such a big health disparity. Yeah. Then we'll, I don't know, what are the final two? Archers versus kings. Here we go. Yeah, they end up sort of looking like a hedgehog. Dude, the controls are so weird. Oh no, not right in the crotch. 2, 1 for each ball. Yeah, once again, just write it down. Yeah, I think I think a lot of the sort of really good units are in the ancient tab. I think obviously snake archers and minotaurs are sort of the favorites out of this group, but I don't know, they might be an upset. I know in the future it might be pretty cool to do this, like instead of it being a knockout tournament, it's like everyone plays against everyone, and then I'll just have like a computer program do it. I don't know, either like everyone tries to play against everyone, or maybe we could do like an elo system like in chess or something like that. Wait, what one? I think it was the Sarise, right? Yeah, I think so, hopefully. Otherwise we might just have to to do it again. But I think neither of these will go through far. So I think if we end up, I look it back and it wasn't actually this Sarisa that one will just rerun the next match as if the shield bearers won, and then hopefully they'll just be knocked out and it won't be much of a hassle. Yeah, and I don't know, I think obviously the Snake Archers, as I mentioned before, I think one of the favorites of all of the units, just because they're sort of like a ranged unit, but they're able to distract like oncoming melee units. We already have like contact on the edge here, and actually isn't too much damage. Wow. I think that's really surprising. Yeah, as I said, I really thought that I thought the Snake Archers could end up like winning the entire competition, but I guess that's totally wrong. I can't believe it. That's so dumb. I thought it was gonna be like a sweep. Damn. Well. Yeah, then we'll try it with the Ballista and the Minotaurs. Once again, I think this one, obviously I've said I think the Minotaurs are like really good units. Depends a lot on if the Ballistas are sort of able to get the shot off before they this sort of like dash towards the enemy. Because obviously the Ballista is like meant for killing big units with a lot of health, but I think if the Minotaurs are like able to get close, yeah, I think the dash is like too quick. I don't know. Got one Minotaur, but I think depending on, yeah, not really close.
At least one of them went through, right? It ain't too bad. It ain't too bad.
Yeah, and then once again, Zeus is through like on bases because they're the biggest unit in the tab. So we'll have Sarisa against not the Snake Archers. I keep thinking the Snake Archers won. The Hoplite. I think the Hoplite is sort of like a top contender for this one because obviously they sort of have like an advantage with the range, but I think the shield is able to offset a lot of it. I know the shield bearers has shield too, but they don't have like anything to hit back against. If they just like held off, they have to get really close to really do something. but obviously they have to win quite a bit because yeah, once again, numbers disadvantage. I guess not. I guess the Greeks really were onto something with the long spears. Great. Now I look like an idiot. Yeah, and then it was... No, we have to do the Minotaur against Zeus. I don't know how we'll... Yeah. Like that. I doubled it just so it could be equal. Yeah, I think the Minotaurs have once again the upper hand because Zeus is like once again like an AoE type of character, and yeah, the Minotaurs are pretty big, right? They have a lot of health. So now we'll have the Sarisas against the Minotaurs. Yeah, I'll just make it even like that. Oh no, it ain't looking too good for the Minotaurs. Wow. I don't know why, I really did not expect this Arisa to win this one. I guess I'm really a fucking idiot. So my top 2 picks beforehand are both out. Damn. Yeah, we'll write it down. Yes, sorry. So. Yeah, I think I'll take the Viking one too, and then I think I'll end the stream for today. No, actually, we'll just end it right here. Thank you.